and I'm going to show you guys how to make more money with your laptops. Laptop. But is it a scrap laptop? Or is it a parts laptop? Or is it a refurbished laptop? Like, what the fuck do we do with it? Shit. Alright, we gotta check it out. Now, 99 out of 100 people would say this is a scrap laptop because the bottom inside the board has a crack on that SATA port. You can't even see, you don't give a fuck. But it has a crack, so can't fix the motherboard. Thing's junk, right? Nope. I'm going to show you why. See this code? This is the Windows Certificate of Authenticity. It'll tell you what version of Windows this came with, and it has a code so that way you can activate it, because if you install Windows and don't activate it, it'll cut you off in like 15 days, and you're kind of shit out of luck. So you need that code to activate it. Now, people online buy these codes separately, depending on which one it is. Now, there's many different Windows. You have like Windows 98, 95, XP, 7, 8, 10. So, which ones do we keep? Anything XP and below. So, Windows 2000, 98 and 95, Vista, all of them are junk. If it's 7 and up, so 7, 8, or 10, no matter which line it is. Now, by line, I mean by Home Premium, you have Business. For some of them, there's many of them. But the best ones like Ultimate and Professional. Now, in this case, this is a Windows 7 Professional. Just for this sticker, I get $16. So, if I were to just scrap this laptop, I'd probably get like $2. So 16, that's 8 times my money just for a freaking code. So shit. And we're not even done. So, if we have a code like that, you sell it on eBay, but they have very strict regulations because right on the sticker it says not to be sold individually. So what I do is there's like a thing you type up, everybody does it, and it says like it has a picture of a trashed laptop. It says that for sales, the laptop and the sticker. But if you want the laptop, it's pickup only. There's no shipping, and you have to pay an extra $199 if you also want to pick up the laptop. So people just buy them for the codes. They don't care about the laptop. That's how you buy the code. It's just to get around eBay's regulations because Microsoft doesn't let you sell it by itself. So, easy enough. Usually you have to mail the code, but some people, if you message them like, hey, can I just give you a code or send you a picture of it, they're fine with that. But that's after you actually sell it. But they're all different prices. Before you list it, see what the other ones are going for, see what they sold for. You can do all that on eBay. So I sell them for a little bit less than everybody else because I'm just trying to liquidate them. I'm not trying to hold on to them. But yeah. Next thing we're going to want to look for is your RAM. This one didn't come with any, but when it comes to RAM, there's DDR2 and DDR3, which are the main ones. DDR2, it's kind of junk, but if you have like a higher end DDR3, like 2 or 4 gigs, hang on to them. Sell them as a lot. Because if you scrap them, you're not getting nothing for them. But eventually, you will come across some that are actually worth money. Older laptops will have like 256 meg, anything that's in megabytes, so 128, 256, or 512. Anything megabytes is trash. Scrap that. It's not worth a penny. So DDR3 is something you want to keep. DDR2, if you find like a gigabyte or 2 gigabytes, hang on to it. You can sell it as a lot because people buy wholesale lots of laptops. They don't come with RAM, so they need to buy a wholesale lot of RAM, and that's where they'll look for you. So because we have high amounts of RAM. So the next thing is the hard drives. I have a video on hard drives. Check it out. It'll tell you which ones you want to keep, which ones are trash, because there's 2 different connectors. And if you need help testing the hard drives, they're definitely worth reselling because some hard drives go up to $20, $30 easily. So if you pull that hard drive, test it out, and it works good, hey, you could have $30. And you were going to scrap this whole laptop for $2. And you could be up to like $50. even with the bad motherboard. Who would have thought? Um, if it's a newer laptop and you're able to test the batteries go for another 20 bucks. Uh, most of the stuff you have to be pretty technically inclined. So like pulling the keyboard, stuff like that, if you want to get down deep into it. But also the LCD. If you're technically inclined and you want to learn how, I can also teach you. If you want to know, let me know. Pulling the LCDs go for good money. So if you got one with a bad board, the LCD is probably good. So definitely look out for the LCD, because if it's a newer laptop, LCD's good. We're talking $40–50 for the newer ones. I mean, some of them are like $15–20, but hey, $2, we're up to like 65. So definitely something to keep in mind. Now, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll answer you right away. They go right to my phone. So if you do get a nice laptop, you're like, oh damn man, what do I do with it? Let me know. We'll go over it. Last but not least, we're going to look out for one more sticker, and that's the processor. Every laptop comes with a sticker saying what processor it is, but some people rip them off like I usually do. But a lot of the ones that I get, they're not pulled off. So let's see if you can see this. It's right there. It's not the Windows one, the other one, right here. Now there will be many different stickers you come across. You have like Intel Celeron, AMD, Intel Core 2 Duo, Core 2, i3, i5, i7. There's literally 1.5 million. Core 2 Quad. I could go on for days, but I'm not gonna. Vintage processors. They're not really in laptops. They're more in towers. We can go over that another day. If you want to see a video of every processor out there and what they're worth, let me know. I'll make it if you're interested. But with the laptops, you're mainly looking for the newer processors, and that is the i-line. By i-line, I mean i3, i5, and i7. If you find one of them, you got some money. Some i7 chips go up to like $300. I'm not saying yours is going to be worth that. It could be worth like $40. But if you find an i7, you got some money. This is an i5. I didn't look it up yet to see what the processor itself is worth, but probably at least $20, because this laptop's a few years old. And there's all different generations of processors, so make sure you know what you have before you list it, if you're going to sell it on eBay. So, and be very careful when you pull out the processor, because if you bend the pins, it's now worth scrap. And laptop processors are like feathers. You're getting nothing. So, but if you guys need any help with anything, let me know. A lot of processors out there are worth some money. Core 2 quads are worth money. When you pull the processor, especially from a tower, it'll come out like this. You can't see what's on it. So, get an alcohol wipe. Do not touch the bottom of this. Whatever you do, do not touch the bottom. So, wipe this off with an alcohol wipe very carefully, and you'll be able to read the numbers on it. Because right after Core 2 Quad or whatever, it'll have a couple numbers, and that identifies what generation it is, and it'll tell you all the information on the processor. And that's how you're going to look it up to know what it's worth, to know if it's worth selling. So, it's as easy as that. This one's junk, so don't worry about that. Alright, I think that's pretty much it for these guys, but also the chargers, especially if they're original from the manufacturer. Easy 10 bucks. Throw in an envelope, throw a label on it, 10 bucks in the bank. But the older ones, they're not really worth anything, so just throw them right in with your wire. It doesn't even matter. It's not worth the price to ship it. But whenever you get a laptop, look the parts up, because believe it or not, some vintage ones are worth more than all the parts on this thing. Like I pulled a processor that turned out to be worth $50, and it's about as old as I am. So be sure to check it out. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe back. So, I'm not sure if that's a real great deal, but guess what? It's the best I got. Alright guys, thanks for checking out this video, and stay tuned. I got a lot more coming. Check it out.